Welcome again to a new national exam of our online course. This video today is going to offer a great opportunity for students whose major is arts and humanities. So let's get started with the text of comprehension. Dinara is 40 years old and lives in a park in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. For the last 2 decades, there has been a huge reduction in the number of street children in Rio, but Dinara is a part of a group of about 60 children who stay surviving on the streets. We sleep in a park. In the evening, we go inside the park before it closes. We feel safe there. Sometimes we fight because we don't have enough blankets or food. But the group is a family, and if an outsider attacks us, we are united and we will protect each other, she said. During the day, these stressed children are helped by a drop-in center run by a foundation in Rio called Amar. The foundation has volunteers who cater for the needs of street children. At Amar, I can eat, wash my clothes, play football and basketball with the other kids. And I use the computer for Facebook, Dinara said. Her mother Gabriela lived on streets as a child too. After giving birth to Dinara, she was able to buy a house, but the building collapsed when Dinara was 9. This incident left Dinara and her brothers without a mother to take care of them. They had no other options but to seek food and shelter on streets. On the streets of Rio de Janeiro, the children face great dangers and get little sympathy from society. Society does not look well on us. We are discriminated against, and people are scared of us. If only they would help us, as there are children with stories much worse than mine, said Dainera. Though she lives on streets, Dainera managed to go to school thanks to her elder brother. He ensures that she attends classes regularly. However, she will never forget the sad story of her young brother, Dini, who was murdered in front of her in a drug affair. There is no doubt that Dainera has experienced hardship in her childhood, yet she retains a smile and an extraordinary energy in pursuing her dreams. I am receiving social support and Ammar Foundation is helping me to join a basketball team. I believe that one day I will have a job, a family and a house, she said. So let's move to the question of comprehension. Try to base here all your answers on the text. The first one. Are these statements true or false? Justify. The number of street children in Rio is increasing. That means the number is growing up. So is it true or false? Certainly it's false. Why? Because there has been a huge reduction in the number of street children in Rio. Reduction here is the opposite of increasing. Great. Gabriella never lived on streets. Also false, because Gabriella lived on streets as a child too. Dainera saw her young brother die. Of course, true. Dennis was murdered in front of her in a drug affair. The idea that supports this sentence is in front of her. Question B. Answer these questions. Why do street children prefer to sleep in the park? Here the question have why. In this case, we will come up with reasons. Great. So the reason here is because they are united and are protected from outsider. Great. How does Ammar Foundation help street children? Here when we have how, we are interested in the question of manners. The same goes with number 3. Nice. So, number 2, at Ammar they can eat, wash their clothes, play football and basketball with other kids, and use the computer for Facebook. Question 3, how did Dainera's mother die? Her mother dies by a building which collapsed on her. The answer here, a building collapsed on her. Great. Question C. Complete the sentences with the information from the text. Street children live like a family, although. Here when we have although, we need subject, verb, and object, or complement. Nice. They fight each other. After the death of their mother, Dinara and her brother, here we have subject. So what we need here is the verb. Dinara and her brother seek for food and shelter on streets. Dinara is unhappy with society. Here because we are going to give us the cause for the result of Dinara, and the cause should contain subject, verb and object. Because street children are discriminated against and people are scared of them. Nice. Question D. Find in the text words which mean almost the same as choice, afraid, difficulties. Choice here is a noun and a singular noun whose synonym exists in paragraph 4, and you can find its option. Afraid here it's an adjective. So the word that we are going to put here should be an adjective. Great, it's scared. Difficulties, here it's a plural noun, and the word that we will put here should be a plural noun. Of course, as we have hardships here. She in the paragraph refers to Dinara's mother, or some of you will put her mother. It's correct, both of them. Us in paragraph 5, it refers to street children. Dinara is pessimistic about her future. Dinara is optimistic about her future. Dinara indifferent to her future. Here, the great answer is this one, because you will find a positive idea said by Dinara, whose dream is to get a job, a family, and a house. Nice. Let's move to the language side. Question A. Fill in the gaps with the appropriate words or phrases from the list. You give up smoking. Your heart is too weak, the doctor said to his patient. Here we need a strong advice, and the model that reflects the strong advice, it is must. Nice. My mother warned me against this medicine without prescription. Here of course, when we have against, the verb that goes with it is verb ing. Nice, which is taken. We start painting the house early this morning. By the end of the day, we, here imagine it's afternoon, and the morning here refers to the past. That's why we put started, right? And when we have these actions, by the end of the day, the thing that goes with it is a future perfect. We'll have painted at least 3 rooms. By the end of the day, we will have painted at least 3 rooms. Question B. Fill in the gaps with appropriate words from the list. The government has promised to finance many youth. When we talk about financial issues, the thing that goes with it, and the perfect one is project. Nice. Millions of people in the world are using social, of course it's easy, social media to communicate. Question C. Rewrite the sentence beginning with the words given. How many people are invited to the wedding? My friend asked. My friend wanted to know. Here the grammatical course we have is reported speech. And when the report started with the question, which we call it WH question, we should start it from the beginning and we change the other form into the right tense. That's good. My friend wanted to know how many people were invited to the wedding. In our association, we give priority to disabled people. When we have the object of the first sentence is put in the second as a subject, we should know this rule is active and passive rules. And the answer here is disabled people are given priority by us. Here give is irregular verb. When we put it into the second sentence, we change its form. Nice. They had to stop the match. There were a lot of hooligans. Because of, here it's the expression of cause and effect. And when we start the sentence with because of, we are going to put either verb plus ing or noun. And the perfect here is noun. And I will just take this phrase to put it into the first one. Because of a lot of hooligans, they had to stop the match. Malala won the Nobel Peace Prize in spite of her young age. Certainly, although here is an expression of concession, and contrast. Nice. The synonym of it is in spite of. And because we have although, we are going to transfer this one into subject, verb, and object or complement. Nice. Although she was young, Malala won the Nobel Peace Prize. That's good. Question D. Give the correct form of the words in the brackets. The diverse of the Moroccan culture and landscape attracts a lot of tourists. Diverse here is an adjective. It should be changed because we have of here and the. It should be here as a noun. Like the diversity of Moroccan culture and landscape attracts a lot of tourists. Buying an expensive second-hand mobile phone is risk. Risk is a noun, and to be here should be an adjective simply because we have a noun here. But generally speaking, when we have a noun like this context and we have the article a, we put adjective like risky. Nice. Match each expression with its appropriate function. I was wondering if you could lend me your tablet. I don't think Thomas' second marriage is a success. Sorry, I don't get your point. Do you mean brain drain is another form of immigration? Sorry to hear that. You are really unlucky. We are going to put this kind of expression into the right function of language. Nice. I'm going to help you here to understand the key point to get the right answer. Great. We have here I wonder if. In this context, we have I don't think so. Whereas here, we have I didn't get your point. Sorry to hear that. It's an easy expression and we will find out if you get the right answer or no. So the first one, I wonder if, is an expression of making request. Nice. I don't think is opinion, which is D. Certainly, sorry I don't get your point is a lack of understanding. But when it follows a question of clarification, it means asking for clarification. Sorry to hear that is responding to bad news. Nice. Write appropriate responses to the following situation. Your friend, I feel stressed and bored these days. You should give him an advice. Great. So the advice here is like this. You should go to the cinema with friends to watch interesting movies. Your neighbor's son has put rubbish in front of your door. To complain to your neighbors, the sentence should be like this. I am fed up with your son because he always puts rubbish in front of my door. Your neighbor, I am terribly sorry. I'll make sure he will never do that again. Nice. Let's move to the writing side. Complete the following paragraph about your favorite TV program. As I said in the last exam that all writing task requires this type of writing, which is writing a paragraph. Try to know the element that requires in writing one paragraph. So my favorite program here is Le Couple, and I'm sure you must be familiar with it. Let's get some points about this film. So when we watch a comedy film, we protect our health. And this kind of film, because it's respectable, all family can watch it. Nice. It can relieve our stress. Something humorous requires laughing. When you laugh, of course, you are going to forget most of your problem. And somehow you may perform the rule. My favorite TV program is Le Couple. I like it for the following reasons. First, because this series is comedy, it relieves our stress of hard life. As many doctors states, laughing regularly relieves our psychological pain and encourages the blood to spread efficiently in our body. Second, all family can watch it because it's based on two characters using simple language to make the audience understand and laugh from their hearts. Third, when we love someone, we try to act like him or her. For example, my 20-year-old brother sometimes performs the role of Kabur. On the other hand, my mother plays the role of Shibia. But I just watch them with unstoppable laugh. To sum up, I love this sitcom series, Le Couple, due to many healthy as well as enjoyable reasons. Good. Let's move to the second task. Traveling magazine Wonders of the World wants to select the best city of the year. Write an article to describe the city which you think is the best. This question, of course, is put also for science students, but in this exam I put another city to enhance your writing skills. Good. Tafilalt, which is now called Risani, is considered the oldest city of Morocco. It is fantastic because of its old buildings, people's culture, as well as some other means of transportation. Because Tafilalt is the oldest and was taken as an area where businesses, it consists of old places known there as Al-Qasba, Al-Qasr, and Darih, where old religious men graves are. Each year, millions of Moroccan and foreign tourists come to see these places due to the fact that the Alawi crown was established there. Obviously, when you heard the Sahrawi people, the ideas that come to your mind are loyalty, generosity, and so on, because the behaviors of people in Tafilalt are good to all people without discrimination. Talking about transportation there is wonderful because Tafilalt contains both simple and modern means of transportation. First, the simple ones can be seen in the cart pulling by donkeys or horse, whereas the second one is that there are motorcycles, cars, etc. for traveling and for racing. All in all, there are many characteristics that Tafilalt occupies to be one of the wonderful cities in the world in general, and to be one of my favorite cities. Great! This is the end of this exam. By doing it, we wish you upgrade your level of English language in terms of understanding comprehension text, doing language side, and writing the given tasks effectively. Thank you so much.